barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. So I want to talk about American media as it relates to like what happened with Blue Blood's son. You know, it happened to Blue Blood. They squirted water on Ness. They squirted water, intentionally squirted water on Blue Blood's 11-year-old son, right? His security guard, Anthony Joshua's security guard. And you know what irked me is when I saw a replay, or I saw a highlight of Anthony Joshua holding that same water bottle when he was doing an interview with Akim Barak, you know. And I saw the water bottle and I was like, that's the same fucking water bottle that security guard intentionally spiked water on him, right? And needless to say, there was 100 media outlets there. I'm assuming, I'm literally assuming, I don't know, I couldn't see the backdrop, only could see the stage. And no one said anything. I'm not saying you gotta physically fight the man or do anything, but I'm subscribed to so many different people's YouTube channels. I try and read as many articles as I possibly can, you know, throughout my day. And no one said anything. Like, I'm literally like, I'm going through the YouTube channels. I'm like, there's a certain level, I think, of group decorum that we should have. I don't think it should be physical altercations when you're doing media. I think everyone has a job to do, and I think it's a tough job on both ends. Being asked questions when you're tired, when you're cutting weight, being asked tough questions, and on the other end, it's tough having to ask these questions in hostile environments. And you understand when you know the fighter likes you, when you have to ask tough questions and you already have a relationship with the fighters. So there is a level of commitment that must be made on both ends. So I'm not going to say one or the other. But what should not be allowed, what should be detested, is a security guard throwing water on an 11-year-old child, squirting water on an 11-year-old child. And you guys say, oh, it was collateral damage. But collateral damage kill people where I come from. You understand what I'm saying? Little boy sitting on the curb and the drug dealers in the apartment building, they kill the kid and don't kill the don't kill the drug dealer or the gangbanger or whatever the case may be. You understand what I'm saying? Or the innocent receptionist where the lawyer is laundering money. She goes down too because she's watching the books. You know, she got to do 3 years in jail. So, I mean, no matter where you look at it, collateral damage kills people and changes people's lives. So from that perspective, Eddie Hearn hasn't said anything about it. Anthony Joshua's team haven't made a public apology. And no media, whether it's from as big as boxing scene or as little as my channel, you know, has said anything. And I think it's deplorable, because I don't give a fuck what ethnicity you are. This has nothing to do with ethnicity. This has nothing to do with my relationship with anyone. There's no room for that in boxing. You understand? And because the ironic thing about it is, if they respond, they get their credentials revoked in that setting, and the security guard goes on with his life, goes on with his job. And Eddie Hearn has to do something about it. Eddie Hearn has to make a public apology, because it's wrong. And I say this to all, I'm not going to the Anthony Joshua fight. I don't think I'm gonna make it out there June 1st. But I think that American media needs to hold him accountable to that. How does a non-American champion, you guys don't say, well, they have a job to do in this, but from a level of respect. Dude, I just passed the street I was supposed to turn on talking to y'all. Oh my God, it's like I don't even know where I'm going. Anyways, man, that happens all the time when I'm doing videos with y'all. Always fucking pass my street. I be so in tune with what I'm saying, you know. But I'm on Crenshaw Boulevard, and they doing the construction. Y'all can see the train. Oh, it's the sun. Yeah, I can't see, but through my windows, that's the train that's coming through. And I'm forever grateful to this train. You know, property value is going sky high. But I'll say this. Someone has to speak up. Jarrell Big Baby Miller, I know he'll say something, but I'm not too concerned about him saying anything about this matter. But something has to be done, and something has to be said from a professional viewpoint, not from a hood viewpoint. I'm gonna beat your ass, I'm gonna do this. From a professional perspective, from a professional level, something needs to be said and something needs to be done, you know. And you know, that's just what I believe. So I'm waiting. I'm forever waiting. I don't know when I'll ever interview Eddie Hearn, because most of his stuff is on the East Coast, so I'm never in his presence. So I'm not going out of my way to chase him down and do all that like I did Oscar. I'm definitely not doing that. And Golden Boy, I'm not doing that. But I say this to the American media, and a respectful media, because I'm telling you, if a media member cold cocks a promoter, cold cocks a fighter, it makes headlines. I'm telling you, it makes headlines. I'm being real. If I squirt a water bottle on a fighter or a media member, it makes headlines, and I'll probably be suspended from covering fights for a year. I don't know. I don't know, but I'm just saying this. There's just a level of respect, man, that it should be have on both ends. You know, and to have the conversation. Is it because he's white? Is it because he's a foreigner? Is it because they're making more money? They're bringing so much money to the table as it relates to Anthony Joshua's team that Madison Square Garden and Matchroom are not saying anything about it. So I don't know. I can't answer that question. But silence leads me to believe that they believe that we are inferior. And that's just what I believe, man. And it's happened to me a couple of times where media members get mad at me. I argue with them. They challenge me. They challenge me to a fight. I respond. I get yelled at. You get what I'm saying? And I don't worry myself about stuff like that. But I'm just saying this. There has to be a level of fairness. It has to be a level of fairness. And it bothers me to the core. Not to the core, but it bothers me when I just passed 5th Ave, you know, where 59th and 5th Ave, where Nipsey Hussle has it in the song Grandma's House, 59th and 5th Ave. Anyways, but it just literally pains the living shit out of me that nothing's being done, nothing's being said, everyone's laying silent. Ha ha, joke's on you. Ha ha, it's just water. But it's the action. Now, if nothing happens, things can escalate, and when things escalate, they gonna get scared. They gonna get afraid. You understand? That dude is a coward that did that. He's a flat out coward. That security guard is a coward, and Eddie Hearn needs to say something and do something about this. So, you know what I mean? So I'll just leave it as such, man. But at the end of the day, man, I just want y'all to understand that fairness is reality, and it has to be a level of fairness that we should all share. You know, equality isn't real. Equality is not a reality. But it is what it is. So anyways, man, I gotta go. I'm gonna tell you guys a big secret. If you guys live in Los Angeles, I'm gonna tell you guys the biggest secret ever. I'm gonna tell you guys one of the greatest moves you can possibly do. All right, get you the avenues is where you can make a lot of money, because the down payment on these $300,000 homes is like $25,000, $30,000, and if you have an FHA loan, you can put down 3%, right? So, I mean, needless to say, $20,000, $30,000 is pretty manageable to do, right? And you rent it out on a Section 8 voucher. The Section 8 voucher is $2,700. Your mortgage payment is $1,700. You understand? And you make the tenant responsible for the water bill. You know what I mean? You put that in the lease, you clearing $1,000 a month. You making $12,000 a month. Basically doing nothing, because they're in a house, not even under Section 8, but you're still responsible for the repairs, but you hold the tenant accountable, and that's on one-on-one need-be basis. It's not something you can put in the contract, because it hurts the it goes against the Section 8 voucher. But they're so grateful. You have no idea how many families of 3, a mother with maybe a single mother with 3 kids, a husband and a wife with 3 kids, how they need a home. And this is like not the last, but one of the solid areas in LA where you can get a home for anywhere between $10,000 and $30,000 down, and it's profitable for you, or you can even live in it. But at the end of the day, I'm telling you, these avenue homes, you got First Ave, we got First Ave through 12th Ave or something like that, 11th Ave here in LA. You can't lose with these houses, man. You can't lose, you know. So if you're in LA and you're thinking about going on a vacation, don't do it. Invest in a house in the avenues. You can get an FHA loan. You only got to put down 3%. You may have to pay your PMI tax, whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, you will win. Okay, these homes and avenues are every fucking 6 months, every year, these properties are going up, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep them or sell them, but it's painless. You know what I mean? Imagine if I have 3 homes, I'm clearing $3,000 minimum. I'm clearing $3,000 a month, and all I got to do is basically change a pipe every 6 months. You understand what I'm saying? The water bill is sometimes crazy, but they pay the water bill. So anyways, man, barbershop conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button, and that's my tidbit for the day. And American media, y'all gotta hold Eddie Hearn and his team accountable for doing something so disrespectful. Because I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. If you react to something like that, you would want the media to protect you. You would want your friends, quote unquote friends in media, to say, no, hold up. What Anthony Joshua, security guard, did was wrong. He was responding to it. He had no right to do it. And you have every right under the Constitution to protect yourself. Not just America. Not just in a state of New York. The Constitution allows you to protect yourself. That's why you have the right to bear arms. So anyways, man, barbershop conversations, man. This video is too practical for all y'all. Y'all will understand. Y'all too emotional to even understand the underlying message. So anyways, man, barbershop conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button, and talk to you soon. Peace.